Please, next time you find out from Helen Ziller, the meeting she had with Paul Mashatile about the arrangement that they had. I've got it on good authority. Right. And you can ask her, and if she denies it, she wants me to really give her the proof. Having the discussion with the ANC, where they were, the arrangement, why they pulled out of us, ANC was going to take over Johannesburg, and the DA was going to take over Tshwane. And you know who was going to take over Ekurhuleni? Aiton McKenzie. DA and ANC were prepared to give him the entire municipality of Ekurhuleni.
Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Solim Wing from WorldView. Tonight, I'm hosting Herman Mashaba. I think it's for the third time, Herman. Is it the third time?
Yeah, I think it must be the second time this year. Yeah, I think it's the third time.
You can't be following South African developments in politics without knowing Herman Mashaba. Of course, in business as well. That's where he started. He jumped into politics as DA mayor of Johannesburg. And since then, there's been a bit of a divorce, well, a big divorce, I think, and he founded ActionSA, which is arguably one of the fastest growing political parties in opposition in South Africa. And today we're having this conversation because of the world is waking up again. It's woken up again to another mayor of Johannesburg being thrown out. Looks like the ANC is back in power. What is going on, Herman? What's going on there? I mean, and what does it really mean for the people of Johannesburg? Perhaps you want to tell us how this has unfolded over time. Because a lot of people don't understand.
Before I can obviously relate to you about what happened with the city of Johannesburg. I just got home 2 hours ago. I left on Sunday. I was up in Limpopo in Guyana, and yesterday, this time we contested a by-election. ActionSA has developed now in Limpopo, I can literally say we're now the third biggest political party. Wow. We took down, if you look at our electoral support, as much as we did not win, EFF retained the vote, but with a 1% drop, the ANC, we dropped them, I think, by about roughly 7%. And us as ActionSA, first time in Limpopo to contest, we received 10%. And now, if you look at EFF ANC in that area. Now that is ActionSA. The next political party after these three is they are sitting at just roughly 1%.
You had other by-elections in the Eastern Cape. How did it go there?
Yeah, no, we tested in 2 already in the Eastern Cape. So one we received, I think, about 10% because I know it was sometime last year. Another one we received 8% in the Eastern Cape. Right. So really very encouraging. Everywhere where we contest, we really apply pressure on the ANC. They drop substantial. Everywhere where we contest. Obviously, the reason why in 2021 we contested 6 municipalities because our party was launched on the 29th of August 2020, right in the middle of the pandemic. Right. So there was no way that I would have been able to put structures throughout the country to contest 278 municipalities. We only strategically decided to contest 6. Out of the 6, we still emerged as the sixth biggest political party in South Africa.
Oh, and I see you now have party leaders in all 9 provinces.
Yeah, now we've got the party chairmanship in all the 9 provinces. So our 2024 project is online. We are confident, and I can tell you now, confident that ActionSA is going to emerge, if not number 1, or we're going to emerge as the second biggest political party in the country. And the reason why I'm saying so is because if you look at our electoral support, not what the experts are saying. If you look at our electoral performance, we are the only party in this country that gets support in all the communities. I mean, just for an example, in Limpopo, it was ANC and EFF playground. Gets a newcomer just go in for the first time, takes 10% of the vote in the biggest ward in Seshego. So that says something. And you look at our performance here in Sandton, where I live, or Soweto, we received, as you are aware, we received 22, we've got 22% of support in Soweto. So we're the only political party that can claim to have support, be in Lodium, be in Lens, be in El Dorado Park. So that's really where the advantage is for us.
But I mean, you come on, you're not likely to emerge alone in 2024 to the point where you won't need any coalition partners. I mean, you might end up having to go to bed with, say, the DA. I mean, I think you told me in one conversation that it's not about love, it's about practicality, realpolitik, right? Would you support him, say, Sten Hessen, for instance, if he came up ahead of you and he would, with your support, become president of South Africa, would you support him?
Well, let me obviously, I think, clarify something. So we as ActionSA, from myself and our entire team, with whatever best intentions and whatever how hard we can work, there's no way by 2024 that anyone is going to get outright majority. So coalition, it's a must. And at the end of the day, it's up to us as South Africans to accept the electoral outcome. And for us as ActionSA, we've already considered that there's no way that we will get outright majority. I can tell you that the best performance we can have will be between 25 and 30%. I don't believe we can get more. But you know what? With other parties messing it up like this, something we might obviously see much more than that. But obviously coming back to the question of the DA. Unfortunately, the DA is such a real difficult partner. Why? I don't know. You can ask that to the DA. Look at what happened today with the Mayor Palazzi. I mean, honestly...
But just a minute, let's finish next year. Would you support Sten Hessen to be president if the numbers are such that if you supported him, you could keep the EFF and the ANC, maybe even the PA out?
Absolutely. For us as ActionSA, it's not really about positions. It's about keeping the ANC out. And we demonstrated this right now with DA, where we supported, we went all out as ActionSA, supporting their candidate, their mayor. We put I'm sure, Solly, also, let me remind you, we as ActionSA put the DA mayor in government, both in 3 municipalities, in Johannesburg, in Tshwane, and Ekurhuleni, against their own will. Let me give you the background, Solly, for your viewers and your listeners. What happened is after the 2021 local government elections, obviously no one had majority. ActionSA, serious player in the 3 metros in Gauteng. We received 16% in Johannesburg, 8 and 9 respectively in Ekurhuleni and Tshwane. So we were a serious player. And I made arrangement. I made the commitment at the IEC while they were still finalizing the numbers. I invited the DA to say, we are happy to talk to you. And I made it clear to the ANC never to even come to me. I said, talk to me in 100 years. And I still maintain that position. I personally, as Herman Mashaba, I'll never work with the ANC. So if you want to know why, or you accept it, I respect your decision, but I would expect you also to respect mine. I can't work with a criminal organization that I know that has really robbed so millions of our people, their dignity and their life. So that one is out of the question. So I can tell you, if it happens in 2024, that the only way we can form government between ActionSA and ANC, I'm telling you, we'd rather go for the election rerun than really going to bed with the ANC.
So I'm getting the impression from what you say to me that you've given the DA a number of chances, and each time it's almost like they step you in the back, they disappoint you. Am I getting this right?
Well, look, it started when I was their mayor. They approached me because they knew I was angry as a businessman. In 2015, approached me to be the mayoral candidate, and I left my job, gave all the responsibility to my wife to look after our family interest. Contested, ended up winning the metro, obviously with the coalition supported by the EFF. Without the EFF, there was no way that we would really form the government. And honestly, I then committed myself that I will obviously respect all the parties that are supporting me in my government. I was really very surprised, really few months into this arrangement where DA felt I should not involve the EFF in the decision that I was taking. But tell me, Solly, how you're
if they contributed to the numbers for you to to stay in the mayorship, surely there would have been some kind of arrangement between two parties, not necessarily between you, the mayor, and the EFF, but the DA and the EFF. I would expect it.
And that arrangement was put by the DA, not by me, because I was not in any senior position in the DA.
Right.
But all of a sudden, when I must once I've shared, discussed the budget, when I must now share it with the EFF, so that when we go to council, I know that I've got their buy-in. DA was not happy with us. DA was not happy with me to provide services in poor communities. And this created a situation where they ended up calling me an EFF mayor, that why must I spend their residents' money in communities that don't vote for them, who don't pay. Which obviously what they're talking about, they're actually talking about my people. You know, when you are saying to me, I must not provide the services to poor communities. Those are my people. Those are my fellow South Africans. I come from those communities, and it is because of them that I accepted the responsibility to be in government and serve South Africa, all South Africans. I'm not here in this business to go to serve any community. That's why for us, a non-racial South Africa is not negotiable. I always tell people, South Africans and anyone in the world, that if you are looking for a racial party, please don't waste my time. Don't come to us and leave us alone, because we don't come and tell us you are looking for a racial party. And obviously, that's what made me to leave in 2019. When fortunate enough, I wasn't born yesterday. Came across the information about the Institute of Race Relations putting together the ANC and the DA to come out with a motion of no confidence to remove me. Obviously, for DA, their problem is that I was a cheeky black and the EFF mayor, and then obviously for the ANC. This was also.
Just a minute. You say it was because you're black. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, but no, because I'm a cheeky black. I don't know.
Oh, okay, cheeky black. Okay.
Cheeky black, you know.
Yeah, I get it.
Is that it's someone who?
But they would have known before they called you to become mayor that you're not the one to be shy and afraid to say what you need to say. Surely.
No, they didn't know, and in fact, even myself, I think I take responsibility, because before I accepted even joining and voting for the DA, I thought, to be honest with you, all along, I thought the DA was committed to a non-racial South Africa and redress, only to find absolutely no chance. And now, obviously, why I was bringing the question of the ANC. Obviously, ANC, when IRR was putting this grouping to remove me, because at the time I was busy at an advanced stage of now going to court to approach them to assist me with cases of corruption, which the NPA was refusing to prosecute ANC people involved in crime. So the two then obviously came out with a plan, which at the time, remember when I shared with South Africa why I was resigning. No one, they refused to accept. They said, no, I'm talking nonsense and so forth. I'm dropping the people of Johannesburg. But fortunate enough, one thing that my grandfather taught me over the years is that when you lie, you've got a problem, because you've got to keep remembering all the time. Because unlike if you live a truthful, ethical listing, you can wake me up in the middle of the night. I don't have to remember. Look at what happened to Helen Zille. She's made one of her biggest blunders all along until in December, Zwandile Mbeje from SABC was interviewing her to say, Ms. Zille, don't you think as a DA you've got a problem? Why are you guys losing black leaders? And Helen started giving the reasons. So and so left because of this, and so and so. And when it came to Herman Mashaba, you know what Helen Ziller said? It says, this is the man, us as in the ANC, we were going to remove him with a motion of no confidence. Yes, I was representing the DA. It's not coming from me.
Yeah, I mean, they could have, surely you're part of the family. They should have called you to the side and said, dude, if you don't do X, Y, Z, we're going to have to remove you. But to say on national TV, I know she said it after you left, but still.
Yeah, well, what I'm trying to say is that obviously the negotiations to remove me, they negotiated this while I was still in office.
Right.
They were going to come out with a motion of no confidence with the ANC, and it was going to be supported by a majority of ANC councillors. IRR are discovered in the process. You know, when you have caucus, you have a caucus group where, because things that you discuss in caucus are of a confidential nature for the caucus.
Right.
I discovered in the process that the IRR was part of our WhatsApp group. They had information about what was happening in our caucus. They've got, I exposed that information to South Africa, that how strange it is that the IRR can be part of the DA caucus in the city of Johannesburg. Now, let me now fast forward, because no, you don't have time. Let me fast forward to 2021 after the election, when I made advances to the DA, please come and talk to us. They only came to talk to me solely a week before the first inaugural meeting to elect the mayor, the speaker, and the chair of chairs. Only a week. They started talking to PA and others. They left ActionSA out. Right. Only started talking to us a week before.
Right.
And 5 days later, on a Friday, Monday, it was going to be the inaugural council meeting. DA came to the meeting, Helen Zille, John Steenhuisen, Thomas Holters, and the senior people, Solum Simanga, came to us with the Freedom Front Plus, ACDP, and so forth. By that time, PA had already dropped them, and IFP. We remained with them.
So basically, they came to you with their tails between their legs. That's what it seems like.
Well, I don't know.
I mean, if they spoke to everybody else, and when they couldn't get all the numbers they wanted from everybody else, they said, okay, well, you know what we're going to do? Let's just go to them. And that's coming to you with their tails between their legs.
So they came to us, and on Friday, they said there's a few things that they need to first iron up with the federal council. Friday, you can imagine Monday, it's our first council meeting. Yeah, in all three municipalities. Johannesburg and Ekurhuleni was going to be on Monday and Tshwane on Tuesday. They said to us they'll come back to us with a final answer Sunday, 5 p.m. You can ask a Freedom Front Plus. We've got it in writing because we also issued a statement.
Right.
We even issued a joint statement, which initially DA did not want us to communicate, but we said we represent the society. Monday, it's a big day. People want to know if coalitions are succeeding. So we said to them, if you don't want to be part of the statement, we will. What have we asked DA? What have you guys got to hide? We respect that you must still go and consult your FedEx. We don't deny that, and we're not really accusing you. But if you don't want to be part of this press statement, we are going to release the statement that we've had the discussions with you, and you said you'll come back to us.
But Herman, just a minute. Let me stop you for a minute. When ActionSA people in different parts of the country have to negotiate deals with other political parties, surely the ActionSA has a Senate that has to be consulted. There's some form of top leadership of ActionSA has to be consulted. You can't wake up one morning to hear that the ActionSA has made a decision, a deal with the party, and the nature of which you're not comfortable with.
But it's precisely what I said to you, sorry, that we respected that decision. You heard what I said, that we respected that decision. When they said they are going to consult with FedEx, they'll only come back to us on Sunday. The only problem we had was that coming back to us on Sunday, 5 p.m. We tried everything, but they said, no, there's nothing they can do. We accepted that. And they said, please, no party must communicate with the media, refer them to this press statement that we agreed upon. We respected that. That Saturday, so you know what? I had not played golf with my wife for more than 6 months or so. That Saturday, I decided, let me go and play golf with my
I
wife.
remember the story, yeah.
And I deliberately left my phone at home because there was no way that DA was going to come back to us before Sunday, 5 o'clock. Saturday, I went to play golf. I come back at 1, solely as messages, thousands of messages from the coalition partners, my team in ActionSA looking for me, because that morning, John Steenhuisen had a press conference to announce that DA is pulling out of negotiations. They are going on their own. They are fielding their own mayors.
Without talking to you guys?
Without even that, there's a press statement we read the very same afternoon. We're telling South Africa what happened, and also we communicated that we are not going to give up. We will try and still engage the DA to understand why didn't they just then drop us a courtesy email, not even a letter for that matter. But this wait for us Sunday, don't talk to the media, but Saturday morning you have a press conference.
Right. But Herman, look, you and I are not talking for the first time. I'm getting the feeling that each time you're trying to, it's almost like this lover you have, you keep giving him a chance, and they keep disappointing. They keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. I mean, this is not the first time. And today, it seems like the same thing happened. We still haven't spoken about the detail of what led to today.
Let me tell you now what led to today. Solely, the city of Johannesburg has got 270 councillors. So the election of the mayor, passing of budget, all this, you need outright majority. You don't need simple majority. So you need 136 votes to really be able to really pass budget or elect the mayor or oppose a motion of no confidence against the mayor.
Right.
Okay. So what happens? Last year, the ANC, obviously, I'm sure they wanted to use some of the pala dollars. They then went around buying some councillors, including one of ActionSA. Where obviously we don't have the evidence, but obviously there is no way that this person was not bought, because our councillor did not attend council on the day that we needed. And we tried the whole day to look for him. We couldn't find him. We only found him the day after now the speaker was voted out.
Did you fire the councillor?
By Sunday, we're the first party to fire this guy. Well, but we don't have evidence that he was bought. But fortunately enough, why we believe he was bought, because one of our councillors was also was offered 250,000 rands by the ANC not to come to council, and he refused. And he informed us about this. We laid criminal charges with the South African police about it. So that's why even this other one that we fired never fought back. So he must be a rich guy. He benefited from the pala dollars. So, and other parties never really. It took them weeks to fire the people. Whereas with us, by Sunday we fired the guy. We don't really play, because we wanted to protect our coalition so that we can immediately get replaced.
But I mean, talking about, we'll continue to discuss this story, Herman, but talking about firing people, integrity, you must also talk about the gentleman is it Abel Tau, the human settlement dude who was accused of some kind of sexual misconduct. And he said, well, fire me or suspend me. I mean, you know the story, right? Surely, in terms of the integrity of your party, is it still there?
He's expelled. He's expelled.
He's expelled. Okay.
Sorry, we expelled him.
Okay. Just wanted to be sure. No, it's good. Okay.
No, Abel Tau is not a member of this party. We did not suspend him. We expelled him.
Okay. Let's go back to Joburg. So Joburg, the build-up.
Now, Joburg, obviously, the Patriotic Front, who DA brought to us afterwards in January of last year, never objected because we needed to have majority. DA brought PA to us, and we raised the concern because Gaten McKenzie made it clear from day one of the first meeting I attended with him that he's in this business for power and money. Wow. That's what. But he's never hidden. You can check. That's what Gaten has always said. So he doesn't really hide his agenda. But at the end of the day, we needed the numbers. And what we did, and if you look into our coalition agreement, we've got very strict conditions around corruption. We are saying, guys, we don't trust, let's pretend that we don't really trust one another, because we are not here for friendship. So anyone caught for corruption, I said, for ActionSA, I'll never protect anyone for corruption. And I don't want anyone to protect me. I don't care whether you are a member of ActionSA or you're a Senate member or you are a coalition partner. If Herman Mashaba or anyone is in our party commits corruption, he must face the consequences. And because we cannot cover for anyone, so therefore we want people to hold us accountable as well. So right now we lost the PA. We once had a meeting, one of our leadership of all the parties with the DA, John Steenhuisen was there. We said, guys, the only guys, if we're not going to move with state to find the majority, we are going to be vulnerable in Johannesburg. Right now, Mpho Phalatse is governing through a court of law, but these guys will follow the right process and will eventually out. So we must get the numbers, and the only place we can get the numbers, let's go and talk to Gayton, because Gayton was angry with the way DA treated them. And in fact, now I can tell you, if you see the letter that they wrote about the PA, total disrespect. I mean, it's
letter written by the DA or by McKenzie?
Yeah, no, what DA wrote about McKenzie.
Okay.
And now, but we are saying to them, because DA, we then authorized, mandated Dr. Kone Molde to go and negotiate with the PA. It looks like he knows the people. So we, all of us, John Steenhuisen, I was in that meeting, we said, Kone, we give you the mandate to go and negotiate. But obviously, whatever you negotiate, you must bring it back to us. That was the end of September, October last year.
Right.
Early December, late November last year, I even had to call John Steenhuisen myself here in Sandton. I said, John, as the two leaders, we are getting close to January. The next council meeting, I've got it on record that the ANC is putting together a motion to remove our mayor. And are we going to sit back and allow them? I said, we've got a chance. Let's expedite our negotiations with the PA so that we can know if they're going to be coming to the party or not. Eventually, 2 weeks ago, PA accepted to talk to us. But they said to us, guys, the only time we're prepared to talk to you, we want 2 mayoral positions, because they have got 2 mayoral positions. You will see now with this coming.
What that means is that in the mayoral committee of Johannesburg, they would like to have 2 people who represent the party.
But the mayoral committee in Johannesburg is 10 MAYCO members. Okay. So this is the 1-2 positions. Previously, they had 1. So they said the 1.
Do they specify which positions, like responsible for which services?
Yeah, no, they specified.
They wanted, which ones did they want?
They wanted the infrastructure and transport.
Yeah, that's a big tender stuff, eh?
Well, yeah, no, that's what they wanted. Oh, okay, so we listen. Okay, so coordinator and the team comes back to us. We said the DA said to tell them to go to hell. We can't give them the infrastructure. That's fine. Now, last week, Tuesday, eventually, now we're running out of time. We said, guys, what do we do? For us as ActionSA, we're happy they can take the transport. But now, can we guys give them another position out of the 10? No one.
So just a minute. ActionSA had how many in the mayoral committee?
3. We had 3.
So out of 3, you are happy to sacrifice 2 to save Johannesburg.
So that we can save the Joburg.
Wow.
So when so all the parties refused with their positions. So as ActionSA last Tuesday, we then gave a proposal to the DA and everyone who says, guys, because of the time pressure, if we're not going to get a PA on site, we are going to lose. So let's not waste each other's time. Because, so us as ActionSA, we said, and we consulted our Senate to say, please, guys, let's try and give them economic development as well. Transport is us, we're happy. Let's give them economic development as well. And we communicate this to the other parties, including the DA.
Economic development includes tourism as well, doesn't it?
It includes tourism, but but budget-wise, it's a 800 million rands budget compared to transport, which is over 4 billion.
Jesus.
That is why it doesn't make sense to me or anyone that DA can say we can't give them economic development, but because they are corrupt, 800 million rands budget compared to, but you are happy to give them over 4 billion rands.
But just a minute, I want us before.
That position comes from ActionSA.
Yeah.
ActionSA, they're saying, guys, look, one thing that you guys must understand: if we can't get the PA next week, we'll be out of government. It's a fact that this is not a movie.
Yeah. So, can you explain to South Africans, Herman, what it means, say, when you give a party, say, the position of infrastructure? What does it mean? I mean, it doesn't really mean that they're going to go off and run that budget on their own without consultation, right? Okay.
In fact, Solly, as a political head, your role is to give political direction. But in terms of procurement and everything like that,
there are established processes.
Mayor or an EXCO member, he's got no authority. His role is to say, guys, here's the budget, and obviously now the city manager and his team, they're the ones who must go and do the procurement and so forth. So corruption can only happen if you want it to really happen. So if there's a political will to hold the officials accountable, that's what you do. But there's
also some kind of a collective oversight. In other words, if you give solely one of the biggest budgets, and then solely has influence over the executives who must do the work and procure the services, and you guys see there's something wrong there, as a collective, we can say, wait a minute, let's pause.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. That's why this thing did not make sense. But the thing is, what is troubling and which would not really make sense to any normal human being. We proposed this to the DA and our coalition partners. They accepted. They then had a meeting with PA. They presented this to PA to say, PA, we can't give you infrastructure. We can give you transport and economic development. PA accepted this. And DA, all of us accepted that.
That was last week.
That was last week, Tuesday. Right. DA then said to us, they will come back to us on Wednesday morning. They just want to consult their FedEx. I can tell you, our national chairperson, Michael Berman, on Wednesday kept chasing the DA to say, guys, please, let us know, we're running out of time. They said, no, we're still busy drafting the letter. We will get it. I think they gave us that letter, I think about 5 or so Wednesday. They promised to us that we'll get it in the morning. They are saying no, they cannot accept PA to take over economic development.
Right.
Yeah, that portfolio. Because
were they happy to give them something else, but not those two portfolio? Or was it we don't want the PA at all?
No, they are saying no. We must only give them transport.
Okay.
But now tell me, who's going to go back to the PA if we've got respect or whatever, So, and we warned them about this, but unfortunately, the DA insisted. They went to the PA. PA told them to go to hell, not to really waste their time.
But the PA, does it really care about the people of South Africa?
But what about, does the DA care?
Yeah, good question. Do these people care? Because the thing is, in all this discussion, I don't hear somebody saying, but guys, wait a minute, are we sure this is good for the voters? You're saying to me, well, say we, the residents, we vote in the local government elections, and you guys get whatever numbers you get, and you sit in a room somewhere and you say, okay, let's see who gets what. And then you come upon the situation you just experienced in Johannesburg, and the discussion is about, okay, let's give so much two of these two so that they're happy. There's no discussion about, is it good for the people of Johannesburg or not?
Absolutely, Solly. I don't know if you've been listening to me properly. Now, if you take it from ActionSA point of view, why we were doing this, so that Mayor Paladzi can run a stable government, be able to provide services to the residents. I mean, in November, December, on 2 council meetings, because we did not have the majority. The 2 billion rand the loan from DBSA, which needed to be first approved by council before they can pay up the money, so that the mayor can provide services. We lost on 2 occasions. The ANC and EFF, and they're voting this down. So you can imagine what this is doing to the city, to the residents. It is for that reason, as a ActionSA, we said, guys, we cannot accept subject our residents to this for about position. That's why we said, let them have our 2 positions, right? So that we can have. But now you must go back to them and tell them, no, you can't have it. But which did not make sense, because this was not a DA position. This was a ActionSA, and we communicated to them to say, we are doing this so that we can have, you as a DA can have a stable majority.
Let me ask you a question. If you were to get a call, Herman Mashaba, that you have an extra bedroom in your house, and there are 2 gentlemen out there who desperately need a room just for 1 night or 2 nights. One is called Gayton McKenzie, another one is Tian Hazel. Which one would you give the room to?
I won't give it to any of them.
Okay.
I want to accommodate. I want to accommodate in my house. I want to accommodate any of them. Okay. Because I'm not forced to. But in this particular case, because we need we needed the 8 votes. Because those 8 votes would give us outright majority. It was for our residents. It was about our country, and making sure that we don't have ANC taking back the municipality, because they use all these other small parties with them. They're bought.
Do you think? I mean, the DA did it support Mpoparas? Is she going to stay with the party? Do you think she feels that she was let down by her party, or is it's politics? That's what it is.
Well, I was listening to her being interviewed on television, I think about an hour ago, that she was barred by the party from speaking to the media. So that's why when the media were asking her...
But she's the mayor. I mean, even though she's ousted, but she was the mayor. Surely she must speak to the media. Well, or were they afraid she would say stuff that would embarrass them?
Please check. It was on ENCA.
But I mean,
after she was voted out, asking her if she got the support from, doesn't she feel let down by her own party? She says, no, look, at the moment I cannot speak about that because the party has barred me from speaking on this matter.
Okay. Well, that's something.
So
the DA was prepared to hand over Johannesburg, the biggest economy in South Africa, back to the African National Congress and the EFF, rather than do what they had already committed to do in discussions with you guys, its coalition partners.
Yeah, well, as far as they are concerned, they says they are a principled party. They will never deal with someone like they cannot be blackmailed by McKenzie. But now these are the consequences, and we kept saying this for the last few months. That guys, honestly, don't really come out with that excuse, because we are the guys who brought the PA to us without you actually imposed them on us. But now, why all of a sudden you've got problems with them? But your problem, Osoli, it's also quite strange. You are happy to give them a big department of transport, but you say ActionSA should not give them economic development because they are corrupt. We said no, give us another excuse. And what is interesting, I see today, with the IRR team, they are on a attack that Herman Mashaba gave the municipality to the ANC. They are using the MIP in particular.
What are the other coalition parties saying? I mean, surely they must say, I mean, all these Ujamaa and all these other guys who came up with this thing, do you think they got some sweetness from the African National Congress to stabilize? There's no doubt about it.
There's no doubt about that.
You see, there's a problem with all these small parties that are represented by 2, 3, 4, a handful of people. They're there for themselves. I mean, the people of Johannesburg and South Africa must wake up.
What about big parties like the DA?
Yeah.
What about big parties like the DA?
I mean, I'm surprised. Herman, the DA, I mean, it's arguably running one of the most successful municipalities in Cape Town. I mean, they've won over and over. The people of voters in Cape Town are not foolish people. They won't give you their vote if you don't deliver. I mean, it's not perfect, but I'm saying even the Auditor General's report, the Mayor of Cape Town has just announced this amazing initiative on energy buyback from citizens and small business, etc., etc., etc. But I would expect them to be really desperate to do the same things elsewhere in South Africa, in Johannesburg, in Pretoria, in Ekurhule, and elsewhere, just to show that they can do the apparently good work they're doing in Cape Town over there. But why would they scupper opportunities like this?
I mean, look at it solely. I've just got home. I've been away from home since Sunday. Sishehu, one of the big places in this country. DA did not even have the courtesy to contest that by-election because it's in a poor community. They did not participate in a by-election. Now we're going towards 2024. So what does this tell you about the DA? What does it say? If the DA does not participate in a by-election in a 100% black community, what does it say to you?
But I mean, the DA has many black leaders all over the country, surely. I mean, why would they not have come? Maybe they didn't think it was an important.
Ask them, or how come they did not participate in a by-election last year where we participated in Nelson Mandela Bay?
Right. So what then? What happens to Johannesburg and the people?
My gut feel is that DA has given up on black areas and black voters, including obviously when I was a mayor, where they fought with me, including organizing a motion of no confidence because they did not want me to provide services to those areas.
Is the DA a racist party?
I think if I take them with the people in Orania, I think as far as I'm concerned, as Herman Mashaba, they are on the right of Orania. I'll to be honest, me, Herman Mashaba, trust the people of Orania and I'll trust the DA when it comes to racial.
So you only realize this after you became mayor of Johannesburg, not before.
That's why.
So you're very naive when you joined the ANC.
Yes, I was naive. Remember, you were telling me that DA didn't know about you, and I said I also made the same mistake because I thought DA is a party that is going to.
Then why would you support Stevenson to be president in 2024 if you think these things about them?
But tell me, because we are not going to get outright majority, tell me who do I work with? Unless I'm not serious about
okay,
I'm serious about removing
the
ANC.
No, I get you. I understand you. I totally understand you. Let's say we're talking to the people of Johannesburg after today. What does it mean to them? And in answering this question, can you tell me, is there a chance that there might be a turnaround on the part of the DA ahead of the 2024 elections to say, guys, I'm sorry. I suppose they acknowledge their responsibility, of course. Let's meet again. Let's talk. This time we'll stick to the deal so that we kick the ANC out. Or is this wire for Johannesburg into 2024 under the ANC and probably the EFF?
Look, let me tell you, Solly, it came to my attention 2 weeks ago when I just could not understand what the hell is going on. Why DA, first of all, November 2021, pulled out of negotiations with us after having a meeting with us, hardly 24 hours later, pulled out of. With 71 councillors, you need 236. They says, no, they're going out on their own, they're fielding their own mayor. I mean, that's I just could not find answers up to the few about a week or so ago. Please, next time you find out from Helen Ziller, the meeting she had with Paul Mashatile about the arrangement that they had. I've got it on good authority. Right. And you can ask her, and if she denies it, she wants me to really give her the proof. Having the discussion with the ANC, where they were the arrangement, why they pulled out of us. ANC was going to take over Johannesburg, and the DA was going to take over Tshwane, And you know who was going to take over Ekurhuleni? Gayton McKenzie. DA and ANC were prepared to give him the entire municipality of Ekurhuleni, with only four councillors. And that meeting led by Helen Zell.
Has Gayton McKenzie, I haven't seen anything in the media today.
You
has
can
he said anything?
Ask McKenzie about that meeting.
Yeah, no, I mean today, about today. Has the PA said anything?
Yeah, no, they're very angry. They feel insulted and abused by the DA. And since I listened to him on my way from Limpopo to listen to the news. He said, today we are going to teach this DA a lesson. They can forget the mayor. We are going to vote her out. And that's exactly what they did.
Okay, okay. Sorry, but the question about what it all means for the people of Johannesburg between today and next year. What does it mean?
Well, at the moment, we don't have a majority. We, as ActionSA, we've shared this with our coalition partners. So tomorrow is the election of the mayor. As ActionSA, we've spoken to other smaller parties. We are going to field our own the candidate. And because DA doesn't want to govern in a messy arrangement, because we want to get the DA out. So we're going to field our own mayor. And hopefully we might get the required numbers for people, for other parties. Because fortunately enough for us as ActionSA, the only party that we know they will never vote with us, because they know I'll never vote for them, is the ANC. So the others might really be soft on us.
So the PA, I mean, you guys were generous. You generously offered two of your positions to them. Surely the PA would vote for you, and not.
Well, the thing is, it's going to depend whether they will go with the ANC candidate or not. So we're going to try.
It seems to me like the PA is a political prostitute.
Yeah, well, like that, the thing is, you keep referring to the PA alone. Well, what about the DA?
No, but we spoke about the DA. I'm happy to talk about the DA forever. But it seems to me, I'm understanding you to be saying we have just a few. I understand the DA from what you're saying did what it did or didn't do what it promised to do, hence the collapse of the mayorship. And I'm confused by that, because it was their own mayor, and for them to also after they tell her not to speak to the media, obviously they have a lot of questions. They have answers that they owe to the people of Johannesburg. There's no doubt about it. But throughout this narrative, I mean, the PA is positioned as a party that says, "Yeah, I'll give you this if you give me this. I'll give you this." No, I mean, if tomorrow they wake up and say we're going to go with the ANC, it means that's all what matters to them, really.
But solely remember, you're listening to me very carefully. You remember, I told you the first meeting in 2021 that DA brought brought the PA to us.
Correct.
Gayton McKenzie in his own words, and it didn't make means. He said, "Guys, I'm here for power and money." And he still maintains that. He saw it afterwards on national television. You can Google him. He said, even if he's going to do a coalition with HF, he'll do it. That's Gayton McKenzie for you. But at the end of the day, solely, if you want to remove the ANC, to anyone to express a concern that they will bring corruption, honestly, I think that whole thing doesn't hold water. More especially, you've got the mayor. So you are in charge of the mayorship, where you can make sure that you can put measures in place to ensure that no one commits corruption. But to refuse to take them in a smaller department, but you are saying you are happy for them to take a bigger one, I think honestly that's another excuse.
So Go ahead.
So right now, I know that DA I saw through their spokesperson called Herman Mashaba from the IRR. It says Herman Mashaba collapse gave their aid, the city of Johannesburg back to the ANC again. They've got a spokesperson called Herman Mashaba. Check him out. He works for the IRR. He's the whole day being.
I thought the spokesperson was a gentleman called Soli Malati or something like that. Soli something.
No, but this one I don't know. it's an unofficial one,
Right.
but yeah,
Right,
from
right.
the
So is there a chance that, okay, suppose there's going to be a vote tomorrow, somebody is going to become a mayor, when they're going to get supported by whoever is going to support them. Should the people of Johannesburg expect that there might be another attempt to remove whoever is going to become mayor tomorrow ahead of the next elections?
Well, look, if the DA coalition take over tomorrow, I cannot really see us having the numbers in future.
You mean the
tomorrow.
ANC, not the DA coalition? The
Sorry,
ANC coalition.
yeah. So ANC is going to take over tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And between the DA and us, we don't have the numbers to come out with a motion of no confidence. And us as ActionSA, I don't think we'll waste our time to come out with a motion of no confidence, which does not have a chance of ever succeeding.
Right.
Unless, okay, and I'm able to qualify this, unless there can be a split of opinion between the EFF and the ANC. Because the reason why they've delayed in taking over Ekurhuleni and Johannesburg is because EFF wants Ekurhuleni and DA wants Johannesburg. And I believe they've got issues between the two parties. So, and this is something we communicated to the DA. It says your action actually is leading to a bigger problem. People of Ekurhuleni are going to be subjected to an EFF government.
Is there a chance that South Africa might, I mean, all things staying the same or remaining the same, is there a chance that South Africa might be subjected to an EFF ANC government, national government in 2024?
Well, if we don't work hard solely, there is that likelihood. They're working now together in Johannesburg, and but today they were working together in Ekurhuleni. So yeah, there is that possibility, and it scares the hell out of me, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm scared.
They must give something.
That's why I'm committed to this work, because honestly, I'm not going to run away from South Africa.
Yeah.
I don't want to end up in another country running away from South Africa. I will use every available resource to ensure that we don't have that arrangement where we can have ANC and EFF having 50+1. Because I can just imagine that government at national level.
Yeah.
They're going to, obviously, they are going to expropriate our land. They're going to take over my house, my property. I mean, unemployment. Not the country, South Africa, Zimbabwe will be like a Sunday school picnic.
Yeah.
You don't take it. I can tell you, you have ANC, EFF government.
Yeah, look, of course, I believe you.
South Africa will be a failed state in 18 months.
Let's hope we never get there. What do you make, Herman, of the nationwide, I think the almost nationwide protests, some of which were led by the DA on load shedding and corruption and other stuff in Johannesburg yesterday? What do you make of those?
Well, I think it depends what people actually are doing this for. We have joined. We actually the applicant in taking legal action against Eskom to commit to what they're doing. Actually, we one of the respondents with Musi Bantuholo Misa. We that because. Marching, that's fine, you can march, but I don't know how much one can really achieve, unless obviously you just want to appear on television screens and so forth.
But I mean, just like apartheid, I mean, I believe that South Africa needs to get to a post-ANC state, just like we moved from a post-colonial, post-apartheid. We need to get to a post-ANC. But just a minute, the point I want to make is that this march towards a post-ANC South Africa has to be multi-thronged. It can't be just through a court action. South Africans have to go into the streets and express their anger, because right now, for instance, you guys you get elected, you have deals. The guy in the street doesn't have any power over whether or not it's okay to give PA 2 seats and what it means for them. So the only thing that the citizens are left with is to vote and to go into the streets and express their anger. Surely you should support that.
Absolutely. That's what that's what I'm saying. As if you listen to me, I'm not against that. That's why I said it depends what your actual motive is.
But we know what the motive was. They wanted to
well,
express
yeah,
anger.
well, as long as I think people don't just really do it to really be on front line pages and on television. If civil society is hard fought, because I'm one of the South Africans, hard fought, I encourage everyone, use every means available to you. So I'm not critical of anyone doing whatever they believe they're doing it's right. And also respect my approach, because as human beings, we don't necessarily have to use the same approach. And don't really force other people to really agree with you. As long as what we are saying, all of us, is to fix ESCOM, is to get rid of ANC. Because you're not, I can tell you, you're not going to fix ESCOM for as long as you've got ANC in power. Because
other things, other state institutions. Now they want to start a bank, because I love a state-owned bank. They still want to push for the nationalization of the Reserve Bank. The land issue, we don't know what's going to happen. So of course.
Well, it's scary, and it is for that reason we're working hard. We believe, and I believe personally, that ActionSA is the only party committed with to unite South Africans. As I've just indicated to you, we're ready for 2024. We're going to contest in every suburb, in every township, in every informal settlement, to ensure that we've got enough numbers to remove the ANC, and hope that we don't have a situation where the ANC and EFF can have over 50%. And then, as a ActionSA, we will lead that coalition arrangement, and we're going to treat everyone with same respect. It's not going to be like we're a big father or something like that. We are going to treat all the parties. If you look at solely to go back into the 3 years of my mayoralty when I was the mayor of the city of Johannesburg, I had the most stable coalition. I had the most stable. It's fact. It's recorded in the history books of this country, until my own party connived with the DA to remove me, because they knew that if ANC on their own come out with a motion of no confidence, I've got the support of other councillors, and the DA did not really have the guts to really vote me out, which is something really very strange, because DA asked Musi, right at the beginning of my term as a mayor, I said to Musi, when they wanted to manage me on a day-to-day basis, I said, Musi, look, guys, if Musi, I called Musi, James Self, and Paul Bowie. I called them to my office as a mayor. I said, guys, you guys are making it difficult for us to really operate where literally every day you want us to give you reports of what you are doing. I'm facing a difficult situation. This administration is it's infiltrated by ANC cadres. I'm busy trying to make sure that I get rid of all the snakes. I used to call them snakes. And now you expect me, I must be giving you a report literally on a daily basis. I said, if you don't trust me, Musi, please let me know. I'm happy to move aside, get someone else who you as a political party, because please don't try and turn me into a political animal. If that's how you operate in other places.
Yeah, but surely you're part of a leader. You represent of the party. You're part of the party. I don't know to what extent they wanted you to be reporting to them every day, but surely it's normal for them to know what's going on with their mayor in Johannesburg,
Yes,
was it too much overwhelming for you?
But you cannot expect me every hour. I've got to really make a meeting because they want to speak to me about this and that. In the meantime, I'm running a coalition arrangement. I wasn't running a DA.
Do you think the EFF was laughing at you like, ha, your bosses want you to turn right, turn left, jump?
I'll tell you, Solly, it was a really very unfortunate situation. Where eventually DA called me an EFF mayor. Which
tell me, so now after today, tomorrow, I mean, I don't know if you guys as ActionSA have issued a statement, you've made an address to the people of Johannesburg. Are you going to do that if you haven't done it? And what are you going to say to them?
No, we've done it. We've already issued a statement already this morning. We issued another statement after Paul was removed, to really congratulate her for the sterling work and how hard she tried, and how the party has let her down. So, and communicated that we are going to field our own candidate. So we did not hide.
Is there a chance that she might join the ActionSA?
Look, I've never had such discussions.
Would you accept her if she did? If she knocked on your door tomorrow and say, you know what, you're the guy I want to work with?
Well, look, ActionSA is a South African political party, and any credible person wanting to join us to save South Africa, they're most welcome. Whether it's Simple or is John Steenhuisen, as long as you're not coming to us looking for positions. For positions, you work for those positions to get. So we'll never reject anyone unless we know you're a crook or you hide money in mattresses. People who hide the money in mattresses, I will never accept. I will never accept them in our organization, and I know about it. But if I don't really know anything about you solely, and you want to join ActionSA, you want to openly tell people of South Africa that you join ActionSA, we will accept you with open hands. But if we know you, that as I say, we know you're the kind of person that puts money under mattress. You don't believe in the South African banking system. There's no way someone like that will be they are not welcome in the ActionSA.
Okay, Herman Mashaba, it's been an amazing conversation with you as usual, and I'm very happy that you accepted to have this conversation with me tonight. Soon after this whole thing has been fresh, and I'm just worried, and I know you are too, about the plight of the people of Johannesburg, and I really hope that the day will also come and tell the South African citizens, residents, especially voters in Johannesburg, what exactly motivated the behavior as described by you of that led to the collapse of the city of Joburg and the ousting of its own mayor. Thank you, Herman. I hope that you continue fighting for South Africa, post up ANC South Africa.
I tell you, this is a punishing job. So I've been away from home from Sunday, and tomorrow I leave for Cape Town until Sunday. So this is a punishing job.
Do you ever wake up? And I know I asked you this question before, but so much has happened since then. Do you ever wake up and say, "Do I really want to do this to myself? Is it good for my hypertension? For my health?"
No, I hate one thing I can tell you, Solly. I hate this job with a passion. I hate it. I hate this job, but Solly, I've got to do this job. Because if I don't do this job, then I must run away from South Africa. I must get the hell out of here. And I'm telling you, I'm not getting out of South Africa.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to use my God-given talents and commitment to this country to fight up to the end.
Well, people who love South Africa are not less committed to South Africa, Herman.
And we are going to defeat the Saints. No, yes, absolutely. That's why there are lots of South Africans who've left. They did not. I'm telling you, solely, majority of South Africans who have left, they did not leave because they hate South Africa. They just obviously they left South Africa because they don't like what is happening to it, and they don't know what to do. I know what to do. That's why I'm doing this job that I hate.
Thanks, Herman Mashaba. I appreciate your time with you. Have a lovely evening. I'm sure we shall chat again in the coming months.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's me and Herman Mashaba. You got it from the horse's mouth, as it were, freshly out of Johannesburg, and the events that took place in that big city today. The ousting of a mayor. Looks like over the next few days, maybe tomorrow, a new mayor is going to be elected, after all the dealings that are probably happening right now as I speak here. We shall wait and see, and hopefully we shall comment on it. We shall comment on it, definitely, after it happens. Thank you for joining us at WorldView. This is Solly Moe, and I would like you, for those who continue to follow this platform, to keep subscribing, to sharing our discussions out there, and those who have the money to support us or to advertise on this platform, you can also write to us at info@world-view.co. info@world-view.co. Goodbye.